Howdy, welcome to Passkeys, the future of online security. Now, imagine you wake up tomorrow morning, you grab your phone, and you've discovered that someone has emptied your entire bank account. Now, it's not because they hacked your computer, but because they guessed or stole your password through phishing or malware online. Unfortunately, password theft happens every single day and costs individuals and even businesses billions of dollars each and every year. Again, as an information technology service management student, and I want to pursue a career in cybersecurity, I am very interested in technologies that make our online lives safer. Since almost everybody has a smartphone, which can manage dozens of online accounts online that need passwords, I think this is a technology that everyone should definitely know about. So today I'm going to explain why passwords have become such a security problem and how passkeys can help solve many of those problems, right? And to help you remember, I want you to compare passkeys to only having one key to your own house and not to anyone else's. And we'll go back to that. Now, just like me in today's day and age of technology being everywhere, I'm sure that most of you guys have a lot of online accounts. I myself use Netflix, online banking, Amazon, right? Social media, etc. And a big problem with all of those accounts is that most people don't have a different password for every account that they have. According to the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, again, CISA for short, reusing passwords is one of the biggest security risks because if one website gets hacked, criminals can then try that same password you had on one website on all other websites that you may use. I myself have one password that I use for multiple websites, and I want to get away from that, and that's why I'm advocating with passkeys, right? And did you know that passwords can be stolen in many different ways? One way that I'm sure that everybody is familiar with is through online phishing through email. And that email might be someone that's emailing you to sign in. Let's say it's coming from a bank account. Now that email might look real, but actually it's fake. And another one that I'm sure that everyone is not familiar with is a malware called a keylogger, which can secretly record everything that you're typing online, including your passwords, unfortunately. Now you might think, oh, I have a long, strong password, right? Well, even those are not safe from keyloggers. And in fact, many websites that require strong passwords can add to our problems. See, the longer the password is, the more complicated that they are, and the harder they are to remember. So then many people end up choosing more convenience passwords over security anyway. So who would it? And because passwords have so many weaknesses in today's modern technology, security companies realized that they needed something better. And what is that? It is a passkey. Instead of asking you to remember and typing a password every single time, a passkey uses two digital keys that work together. And according to the FIDO Alliance, one key is called a public key, which is public on the internet and is stored by the website. The other key is the private key, and that's your key. It stays safely on your phone or your computer. And the important part is that the private key never leaves your device. When you sign in, you simply use Face ID or your fingerprint or your device PIN, and that proves your device, and that proves that it's connected to the right private key without actually sending over to the internet. This makes signing in much easier because there's no passwords to remember. These passkeys are definitely much safer than traditional passwords. Microsoft and even Google reported that these passkeys are very resistant to phishing attacks because fake websites that try to get your real password can't pretend like it's the key to their lock, right? And even if a company experiences a data breach, hackers still can't steal your private key because it was never stored on that company's online data servers. It stayed with you. And the easiest way to understand a passkey with a simple analogy that I want you all to remember. Think about a passkey like a key to your front door, right? That key opens your house and your house only, not your friend's house, not your friend's apartment or your car. It's made specifically for one lock. A passkey almost works the exact same way. Your phone stores a unique digital key that's created specifically for one website. And if someone creates a fake banking website or a fake website in general that looks identical to the real one, your passkey will not work because it is the wrong lock. Now, another way to think about it is this. You wouldn't give someone your key to open the door to your front to open the front door to your house, right? You'd use that key, keep it in your pocket, and only use it when you need it. Now, passkeys work the exact same way with that real key. Your private key stays safely on your device and it never travels across the internet, which means there's nothing for hackers to steal, right? Nothing for you to type and nothing for you to accidentally reuse in other websites. Just one different password for one different account. And that's what makes passkeys one of the biggest improvements we've seen in online security in years. With that being said, today we have learned why traditional passwords have become vulnerable and how passkeys use modern cryptography cryptography to improve security, and why passkeys work much like the way to your own house. For decades, cybersecurity experts have told us to create longer passwords, create stronger passwords, and different passwords for each and every website. Now, passkeys represent something even better. They eliminate the need for passwords altogether. As for someone who hopes to work in cybersecurity, I believe technologies like passkeys are shaping the future of how we protect our digital lives. So next time your phone asks you if you'd like to create a passkey instead of a password, I want you to stop and think about this moment, because I think that you should try it out, because it is the safest way that you are secure. And I think that passwords may eventually be no longer needed and be outdated. Thank you.